I got so excited dancing to the theme song, I forgot to turn my camera on. Y'all, I'm having so much fun with these shows. Y'all, I'm so happy to share some of the fun things that are brand new and some of the things that are happening and some conversations that we don't always get to do that might be a little bit longer than we normally do. I'm just giving you some special things. And the thing about this week, they're conversations that inspire, they inform, and they invigorate. And hopefully they'll give you a little boost in the middle of your day. And maybe you'll go back and watch them and share them and say, hey, did you guys see this? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. We're going to start out with a little message from our friends over at Mid-South Exteriors because they're a really cool place. And I love that they use, instead of all that prefab stuff, they build everything from scratch. They use construction, real wood, real construction, and they build houses to match. When they add on a sunroom, they build it to match the house that you already have. And they've been doing it for a long, long time.
Hi, I'm Brenda Fielder. At Mid-South Exteriors, our custom sunrooms bring the sunshine in without all the heat and the bugs. And they keep you warm all winter while you enjoy the outdoors all year round. They add real value because we build them like your house to match your house. Or let us save you energy by replacing your windows and old siding. And because we have no retail overhead, we come to you and sell direct to you for less. Call us at 833-8003 or visit us at
MidSouthExteriors.com.
Talk about money and we talk about healthy money, but if I hear one more person go, well, do you have a will? Do you have a will? Do you have a will? Wills are not the end all be all to what you do to protect your family when you're no longer here. Kris Miller taught me about something she called a living trust, and I had never heard of that. Well, words like probate deal with wills, but probate and living trust are not connected. Let's talk a little bit about that. Can we open up that little box of goodies?
Oh boy, we sure can. Well, 32 years ago, when I started as a paralegal, I was working with an attorney, and we were at the senior center, and there was a widow, and all she had was a car and a house and no money. This is 1992. This attorney wanted to charge her $5,000 for her trust. And I was like, ouch. So she was, out of the room, and I said, hey, can you give her a deal? And he looked at me as cold as ice and said, no. And I said, bye. It was like, that started my business. That just pushed me into, you know what? I'm going to make it easy for the average person to get these. So I'm one of the first people in California to transcend from being a paralegal. There was a trend of becoming independent in California, and what they did, there were so many of us that were leaving that designation and becoming independent and doing the things that attorneys do, but talk in court or give legal advice. They created a designation for us called an LDA, so they could get more fees and bonds and insurance. But I have
Crazy.
I have a picture ID with a bar, and I have her in it. But literally, I've created over 6,000 living trusts. And, we can come back and do a little class on the details, but with a 10,000 mile view, a revocable living trust is a legal document that's created to manage and own your estate while you are alive and after you pass away. It is not just the end of the life document. It has a power of attorney for financial, a power of attorney for health care. If you become incapacitated, you have your family that takes care of you, not some doctor that looks at your insurance policy. Just saying, keeps it close, keeps it with family. And so these documents that people you don't know you need it till you need it. And it's so stressful if you do it that way. If you get it done ahead of time, it takes all the fear and chaos out of it. Because if you don't have a living trust, you own a home, maybe you don't even have that much money, you're going to probate. A probate's courts. What do courts take? Attorneys. And what do attorneys take?
Money.
Yeah. How did you know that answer? Right?
Just money. Well, I just do. And even to go in and create a will, it is huge money. Not just a little money, but huge money. And there are things, and if you don't have either one, the state goes in and says, here's where it's going.
And then they come in, so dying intestate without a will, then the state comes in and they might appoint your next of kin, your sibling that maybe you don't get along with, and they control or they'll assign a probate master to you. But there's a way around probate. There's a way around the courts with a living trust. You don't have to go to court. So with a living trust, when you have your trust and all your assets are in the name of the trust, your real estate, your monies, all in the name of the trust, that when you do go to heaven, which I hope you do, then all your heirs are going to need is the original trust and the death certificate. You don't need me. You don't need courts. You don't need attorneys. And it goes directly from you to your family, and it's the best experience.
It is incredible. Well, if you want to get a free gift from Kris Miller right now, you go to yourlegacyshift.com. The gift is free, and it's a nice resource, a checklist that, don't worry about things. I got a fortune cookie, and I opened my fortune cookie today, and it said, success is not having things. It's having a plan for the things you have.
That's it.
And I thought, wow, is that not perfect to talk to Kris about? And that's what this is about. If you'd like to meet with Kris, it's so easy. Meetwithkrismiller.com. And she can set you, no matter where you are, she can give you the details on how to create a living trust. And you can work virtually with people anywhere in the country, correct?
I have. Even before the pandemic, I've been working virtually. We literally get the information for the trust and do the whole thing. We do the legacy shift with people. And it's actually become easier than getting in a car and going to an office, right?
Isn't that great? And and everybody's gotten a lot more familiar with it. Well, right now, you can get in touch with Kris and keep those loved ones prepared for.
Yeah.
And you have no worries. You have no worries.
Yes. And then you'll be able to enjoy your life worry-free. Absolutely.
And it's like healthy money, happy life. That's what you always tell me.
That's right. When you're talking about planning, like from my book, 3 Secrets for Safe Money and a Fabulous Future, it's planning it for protection. And then you don't have to think about it. It's called an estate of mind. When your affairs are in order, it gives you peace.
I love it. And that's the way we're going to say goodbye today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
Welcome back to This Week in Clarksville. I have one of the recipients of funds that was raised during Best of Clarksville this year. I have Finders Keepers. I have Laura Lee Childers with me. She is overseas Finders Keepers.
Yes.
First off, Laura Lee, thank you for what you do.
Thank you. We were honored to be part of Best of Clarksville this year, so it's been a big game changer for us.
I can imagine that it would be. So before we get into what this is going to do for you, and again, the money raised through Best of Clarksville, you guys did an amazing job because you're helping out some nonprofits that really need it. Tell me about Finders Keepers. This has been up and going for 2 years now.
Yes, crazy thing, us crazy cat ladies start a rescue during a pandemic. But myself and my co-founder were both military spouses, and we got really tired of seeing all of the found kittens and found cats just in our neighborhood alone. So I had fostered with previous organizations. She had a half dozen cats at the time. It's kind of doubled since then. But we decided to start our own rescue. And with mainly focusing on our neighborhood here. And of course, cats in Clarksville and Montgomery County in general are just everywhere. So it grew a little bit. We're still small. We like to stay small and mighty, just to allow us to balance our full-time jobs as well as running rescues out of our home and giving these cats and our foster parents the attention that they need.
So some keywords right there: rescues out of their home. So video of what you're seeing now, just a few of the cats here that Laura Lee is taking care of. Currently on this day, you have 23.
Yes, 6 are mine.
Okay, 6 are yours.
6 are mine. The rest are all fosters. 3 of them will be going to PetSmart Hopkinsville that have some kennels available for us to get some additional exposure. But then the rest, there's about 18 foster cats. Wow. Or not 18, math is hard, even though you've had coffee. 14 foster cats that will be still here at the house waiting to get their temperament right for adoption, or just waiting for their forever home to come along.
So, and there's a process when it comes to being a foster. So what do you have to go through? And also with that, the money that you did receive that's going to help, how does that help you out?
Yes. So the process for being a foster, we of course have an application, but the rescue covers everything. The supplies that you might need, food, litter, toys, crates and cages if you need them. We can help with arranging the transportation to medical appointments and things like that. We cover the spay-neuter vaccines and any other medical treatment that those animals may need. And when you specialize in stray cats off the street, you never know what you're going to get.
Very true.
So we just need homes and places to put them to allow those cats to really show their true personality. And that's what foster rescues are great at compared to, you see an animal at the shelter. Wherever you want to adopt your cat from is great. Right. But we just are able to give a little bit more of a story and personality, having seen those cats thrive in our homes.
Is there a screening process for a foster who would like to come in and help?
Yes, we do. We have an application. We'll usually follow up with some additional questions, maybe a virtual tour of the home or visiting in person, just to make sure everything's all good to go, so we can assess the needs of what that foster home will also need from us. But then really good, if you say 2 cats are your limit, we'll have 2 cats fostered for you.
But that's 2 cats off of the main fosters who
yes.
house anywhere between, somewhere in the teens to 20-something.
Yes. So even I just had a cat adopted last night, and 1 cat down makes a world of difference.
There is something you're not seeing, but there is like a whole cat room set up in like the bonus area.
Yes.
And the litter boxes.
Yes.
And the chairs, and this is literally the cat space. How do you keep that up? That is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. A little bit every day, and then fortunately some volunteers with our rescue, other fosters, officers and members of the board, they'll come over and help do a deep clean every once in a while. I've asked for Christmas for my mom to come up because nobody can clean as good as your mom.
That's true.
So she's hopefully going to be able to come up after the holidays and truly help me catch up on some of my honey-do list. And
that's very sweet. And I have to say, Laura Lee offered me some coffee. She was like, well, you can't come in and not have a kitty cat mug to drink coffee out of. And delicious.
Absolutely.
So thank you
Thank
so much. You. The money that you're going to receive, it only goes so far.
Yes.
How can we continue to help you?
We have an Amazon wish list and a Chewy wish list. We actually have 2 Amazon lists. We've got one that covers the basics like food and litter, and we've got another one that's our enrichment items, so fun scratching posts and costumes and everything. And if you happen to buy one of those, we have little comments on there like, we'll do a personalized video of the animals using that. Thanks for your donation. But we can always use food and litter. I've got on the setup on the front porch, the cabinet supply is for the fosters to be able to come pick up as they need supplies, so we're not trying to run around all over town at the last minute to get everybody what they need. So.
And how do we find that wish list?
Yeah, it's on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go to Finders Keepers Cat Rescue on Facebook, you'll be able to find it. It should be in our bio section, and we do wish list Wednesdays pretty often. We're planning on, you can always donate directly on our Facebook page too, and through PayPal and Venmo.
Fantastic.
So all sorts of ways to keep the momentum going.
Momentum going all year round.
Yes, but we're super excited though. We had a great board meeting after receiving the donation from Best of Clarksville. So we've kind of decided on how we want to allocate some of that money. So we are looking forward to actually setting up a low-cost microchipping clinic for members of the community. So in talking to animal control, they say about 1 in 30 cats that come through actually have a microchip.
Just 1 in 30?
About 1 in 30 is the statistic that was quoted to me.
Well, and not all of those are just your street cats.
Correct. Wow. Yes. So being able to offer microchipping, it's normally about $20 to $30 at a vet or at the Humane Society clinic, and I know Animal Control offers the clinic as well. But with a lot of those, they want you to pay the office visit at your vet in addition to the microchipping. And so we, with the funds, were able to purchase a larger amount of microchips and be able to offer that hopefully at about a $10 cost as opposed to $20 or $30.
Make it a little easier.
Yep. And then the rescue will remain registered to that microchip for you too, so we can act as a third contact. Nice. Should that cat ever wind up at Animal Control and unable to reach the owners or something like that.
That is beautiful. That is such a wonderful thing to do. Oh, Laura Lee, that's amazing. So now if you want more information on Finders Keepers, head to their Facebook page. You see it right here on the bottom of your screen. That's coming up. So head there. You'll also be able to see the cats that are available.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you for sharing the information. And again, if you would like more, head to their Facebook page and reach out to Finders Keepers there. And if you'd like to make that donation, go to Amazon, find the information on the Facebook page, get one of those wish list items. That'd be beautiful.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Stick with us. We have more coming up here on This Week in Clarksville when we come back.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
After a truly heart-aching week for so many of us, we want to share something good on this Friday, and it involves one of our former graduates. He's doing some big things in the music world, and you can catch him this weekend from the comfort of your own home. Check it out.
You're the very last person.
So I haven't told.
Who are you?
My name is. Who are you?
He's a 2015 Mount Juliet High School graduate. His name is Oliver Steele, and last weekend on ABC's American Idol, Steele stole the show.
If I could reach the stars, wow. Pour one down for you.
Bringing Lionel, Katie, and Luke to their feet for his performance, his rendition of Eric Clapton's Change the World was dedicated to his dad, a man that's been so influential for Oliver, but also battling ongoing health issues. Those who watched felt every ounce of emotion that came with it.
You would think my love was really something good, darling, if I could change the world.
Oliver's performance on the Nashville round of Idol had him leaving with the all-important golden ticket, granting him access to the next round, which is set for Hollywood.
All right, so he hasn't been properly anointed. It's a yes for me for your son to go through.
It's a yes for me.
It's a yes for me.
1, 2, 3.
You're going to Hollywood. Yeah, buddy.
While we wait to see how his idol story ends, well, we'll tell you how it began. For Oliver, his love for music was enhanced by the care and guidance of Mount Juliet High School music teacher and choir director, Sandy Elliott.
You know, I say that everything that is musical about me started with my dad, but if my dad was the one that planted that seed, Mrs. Elliott is the one that watered it, took care of it, nurtured it, and made sure that her students would grow and blossom into the wonderful musicians and beings that they are. And just beyond music, I mean, she's so encouraging and so uplifting, and that's really what we need in our teachers.
So as he came up to this journey, he called me and he would tell me about, I'm getting ready for an audition, I get to go in front of the judges, and I just want to thank you. And he calls me and thanks me all the time, and oh my gosh, it's so heartwarming as a teacher to see some of the fruits of your labor. So often we pound it into them, stand up straight, sing with good deep breaths, and then when somebody goes out and uses it and they remember and they can apply it.
We've all said Dorothy's famous phrase, "There's no place like home." Oliver may be on his quest through American Idol, but he's already arrived as an American role model. You see, he gives back to the place and people that's meant so much to him, and that's in Mrs. Elliott's music room. Earlier this week, he played for students and offered advice through his experiences.
To be able to come back and share the experiences that I've had, it's awesome. Because I remember being in this classroom and being very shy and unsure of myself. So it's just nice. It's nice to be able to come and give back a little bit.
I love that they were very attentive. Very much so. He did come across as a star, and he will be a star. I have mentioned to him that I do see a Grammy in his future someday, and I hope someday he'll remember to say my name.
As students made requests, he kept playing, and they loved every bit of it. He even brought in his idol golden ticket to Hollywood for the students to see.
Why did I cross that?
Thank you.
So how far will he go? Well, only time will tell. But one thing we do know is that Oliver has something much more important than a golden ticket. He's got a big heart for students. And of course, the teacher who made such an impact on his life.
I love you.
Listen to her.
Because you didn't listen to me until you got out there.
I'm sorry. You make me move mountains as high as the moon.
You can catch Oliver this Sunday night on American Idol's Hollywood Round on ABC. It will air at 7 p.m.
1, 2, 3.
You're going to Hollywood. Falling so hard.
I'm Bart Barker for Wilson County Schools.
Oh my goodness. There's another sweet story. If you want to find out more, our newspaper in Mount Juliet, the Mount Juliet Chronicle, has a wonderful story about him. Front page above the fold. Check it out. And we're going to go to Gallatin now because Decoration Day is on its way.
So appreciative of so many of you showing up today.
Sunday, May 21st, Decoration Day coming up in Gallatin. The city of Gallatin has a wonderful, wonderful website, a YouTube channel too, and they try to keep us posted on all things gracious and grow in Gallatin. And also that story from Wilson County, Mount Juliet, they do a beautiful job. Wilson County Schools has a great YouTube channel, and I love keeping up with what's going on in Mount Juliet and in Wilson County. Just our schools, our students are doing so many cool things. So I encourage you, if you see a story here, follow along. Like we go to murfreesboro.com all the time. Nashville Cars and Coffee is a big story. And John, Mr. Murfreesboro, murfreesboro.com was there.
Nashville Cars and Coffee. That's it.
Nashville Cars and Coffee is a great event. Murfreesboro.com to get more information and follow Cars and Coffee. You can even go to Facebook. They've got an event page that's very cool. They follow along and do some very, very wonderful things. If you like souped up cars, if you like hot rods, if you like, oh my gosh, they have everything. And coming up in Lebanon, we've got a barbecue festival. I'm going to be telling you about that in coming weeks too. That's going to be taking place at the Ag Center. Don't forget that if you have an event and you want to let us know about it, I love covering events and talking about them. We've got all sorts of things coming up and telling people to save the date, including our spring fling at the Nashville Flea Market, April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Don't forget, if you are interested in forestry, be a master logger, the 5-day course is through the Tennessee Department of Agriculture, tn.gov, to get more information. Save the date for our friend Tracy Bird at Cahoots in Lebanon coming up June 2nd during Country Music Fest week. And don't forget, if you are a vendor, you make things, you want to be part of the Portland, Tennessee Heyday 2023 at the Portland High School, find them on Facebook. Get your booth, a BOOTH, or a booth. BOOF. Get it. You guys be safe, be kind to each other, and remember, most of all, you are loved. Have a great rest of your day.
We are home, we are family, we are things to do and place to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.